Happy January 1st, 2017. I wasn't going to do a video this early or really even touch on the subject, but I was just kind of thinking and talking to some people that were asking me kind of like what my New Year's resolutions were, and I kind of offered them a little bit of my philosophy and my opinion on the matter. So I thought maybe I should just do a YouTube video to kind of explain the philosophies that I have behind kind of self-improvement, making goals, and that sort of thing. This isn't a shitting on New Year's resolution video, but I do have a different opinion on kind of how I feel like maybe people should see the new year, making goals and that sort of thing. So me, I don't have a New Year's resolution. I don't have a New Year's goal. January 1st is just another day to me. It's a new year. I feel like it can give, a feeling of starting out fresh. I do feel a little bit that way. I do feel like, you're kind of transitioning from one year to another, kind of wipe that slate and start out new. I think that is a good mindset to have. At least you have something that you can identify with, kind of wiping the table clean, which I think is a good thing to have. But as far as making goals and that sort of thing, I don't think a date, a time, a year should be a benchmark for that. And there's a reason for that. It's not the fact that I'm going to shit on, picking those days. It's just that I feel like you should be adopting a different mentality. It comes down to, it shouldn't matter the date or time that you want to start something, because in the end, it's not a physical date like that. It's something that you choose to do with your mind. As far as New Year's resolutions go, I don't have any because my mind has already set these goals for myself. And to me, every single day is an opportunity to be a little bit better, work a little bit harder, to grow. The circumstances, situations that we're given are all opportunities to find silver linings and find learning lessons and things that we can take, internalize, and put back in a positive way. So January 1st or Monday or whatever day you're choosing is just the same as the next, because it's just another day that's giving you an opportunity to do a little bit better, be a little bit better, and work a little bit harder. So, I think it's good to go from one year to another and use it as kind of a benchmark, maybe for you to just kind of clean the slate off, but don't think of it as this is a start date, because there is no start and end. Even when you hit those goals, you want to be able to look on to the next thing, to enjoy the process of getting to that goal. So it's an everyday thing. You're thinking of it as kind of an infinite process. There is no end. You want to always be doing a little bit better. So I don't think it's good to kind of create like a start and end date. I think it's good to just think about things in an everyday sort of way, that every day you're doing something that's going to put you a little bit closer to a goal, and to think about that goal as only just a guiding process to something that's a little bit bigger, a grand scheme, a grand goal, something that's even further beyond these little benchmarks. These little benchmarks, I think, are just really good for helping guide you through your process. For me, I started off powerlifting with wanting to lose a little bit weight, put a little bit muscle on. Then that transitioned into my first meet. There's a lot of things that happened that kind of made my goals have to change. I did my first meet. That was a benchmark, and I was looking on to the next thing. Injuries along the way kind of changed what my goals were. My goal for the end of this year was to pull 315, and that didn't happen because of injuries. Well, now it's April, so I want to pull 315 in April. I have a grand goal of next year, the end of next year, to pull 400, but it's just constantly changing. These are just things that are helping guide me through what I want to do, what I want to achieve. The end goal, it's infinite. It's whatever I choose I want it to be. I'm not fearful of making mistakes. I'm not fearful of disappointing myself, because it's just an ongoing process. It's always going to be changing. So New Year's resolutions, I say fuck it. Just think about making yourself a little bit better every day. Clean that slate on January 1st, but just think about it as, you're just going to work a little bit better each day to be a little bit better. And when it comes around to next year, it's not going to matter that it's January 1st, because you're just going into a new year doing the same thing just to be a better person. Ongoing, infinite. And you'd be really amazed to see how much more you can achieve if you don't put limitations on yourself on, I want to start this date and I want this by the end of the year, because you're going to find a lot more disappointment that way. You have to be open to things changing. The fact that success is never linear, so everything is going to be constantly changing. So yeah. I don't know. I don't really have much more to say to that, but that's just kind of my philosophy on the thing, on the matter. So, happy January 1st, happy New Year, and I hope you got to eat a lot of good food, and, yeah, I don't know. Keep it sleazy.